Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I do missing kids cases on my channel, but today video is going to be a little bit different. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite icon, and that is Selena Quintanilla. The reason why I'm doing this today is because her birthday is on April 16th, so I wanted to have a video talking about her and her legacy, who she was as a performer and as a person. I did a Yolanda Saldívar video, and it's still up. When I started doing YouTube, I was just trying to do different type of topics, but somewhere between that, I just decided to focus on missing children case. So I deleted all my other videos except the one of Yolanda Saldívar, because that is the one that has the most view. And I do hope that all my other my missing kids video gets to that point, to where it gets that many amount of views or even more, because that is what my channel is about. So that is the only one that's up. To celebrate Selena's birthday and who she was as a performer, as a sister, as a wife, I just wanted to come out with this video and, like I said, talk about her and who she was. Do not forget to subscribe and also turn that bell on so you can be notified, because I still do not have a consistent upload. I will probably hoping to get one as soon as possible, but for right now is whenever I'm by myself and when I can't upload a video. So let's go ahead and get started. Gone too soon. Inside the tragic life of superstar Selena Quintanilla. Selena Quintanilla was an American Tejano singer who took the music industry by storm. Nicknamed the Queen of Tejano music, her Latin pop songs dominated the charts, and her captivity voice left the audience wanting more. She was constantly moving on to bigger and better things, until Selena's life was fatally cut short, but her lasting legacy lives on to this very day. Let's take a deep dive into the life of a superstar, Selena Quintanilla. On April 16th of 1971, Selena Quintanilla was born, but she wasn't what her parents had been expecting. Her parents, Marisela and Abraham, were Mexican immigrants living in Lake Jackson, Texas. At the time, they had an 8-year-old son and a 4-year-old daughter. Before Selena was born, her parents were convinced that she was going to be a boy and that they would name her Mark Anthony. And it's crazy because when I was pregnant with my daughter, I was convinced that I was going to have a boy. When she came out screaming, they couldn't believe their eyes. Instead, they chose to name Selena after another patient at the hospital suggested it. Looking at their innocent baby girl, they could have never guessed just how much joy and heartache she would bring. Selena was born into a musical family. Before becoming a family man, her father was a member of a band called Los Dinos. So when she started singing at a young age, her father instantly recognized the talent that his youngest child possessed. Selena was 5 years old, singing along the radio with the perfect pitch. It was at the moment that Abraham realized that Selena had what it took and more to make it in the music industry. She had a talent that needed to be shared with the rest of the world, and he was going to help her do it. Selena wasn't the only musician child of the family. Her brother and Abraham, the third, played the bass, and her sister Suzette played the drums. Together, this sibling formed a family band. All they needed was a platform to perform on, and in 1980, their father gave them one. He quit his job to open a restaurant called Papagayos. It was here that his child performed top hits and classic Tejano ballads for patrons. Unfortunately, his plans wasn't as successful as he had hoped it would be. Just 1 year after Abraham had opened his restaurant, the 1981 oil glut recession hit. They left many Texas businesses no other option but to close their doors. Sadly for the Quintanilla family, Papagayos was one of those businesses, and the hits just kept coming. After declaring bankruptcy, the family was evicted. Selena's parents decided to cut their losses and to try to find more success in Corpus Christi, Texas. Having little to their name, Abraham came up with a way to support his family. He appointed himself manager for his children, nearly formed band. Every day he went out to promote the band and secure gifts at quinceañeras, weddings, and public events. The family was struggling and all of the responsibility seemed to fall to Selena. At the point in her life, Selena was the family breadwinner and only source of income. So it's no surprise that the demands of the band took preference over her academic success. Performing gifts meant that Selena missed a lot of school, and going to school meant that her time was limited. Eventually, Abraham decided that it would be the best for Selena to drop out of 8th grade and focus solely on her music. Selena teachers were so unhappy about the decision that they had threatened to report Abraham to the Texas Board of Education. However, there wasn't much that they could do to stop it from happening. Selena was a Mexican in sense, but couldn't speak a word of Spanish. While she wanted to sing her song in English, her father felt it was necessary for her music to reflect her heritage. So when Selena y Los Dinos started recording their first LP, Selena learned to speak Spanish. She learned the language phonetically and word by word from her father. By this time, the song, Selena was able to sing fluent in Spanish. Not only was she able to make it sound natural, but she was also able to add emotion to each lyric. The younger sister had made great strides, but that wasn't enough for the record companies. In 1984, Selena y Los Dinos finally finished recording the LP, and they were ready to celebrate. The only problem was no one else was ready to celebrate with them. The record label at the time, Freddie Records, did not want to release the entire album. They felt that the band wasn't ready, but Abraham knew that they were. So he dropped the record label and approached others like Katy Records and GP Productions. Abraham wasn't willing to take no for an answer. As a father and manager, he knew how important the band's success was to his family. Abraham knew that his family was talent. He just needed to find a record label that saw it as well. While he worked hard to find a label and the bank kept pushing out new hits, by 1987, the family formed a band that released a few records, with their last song, Moquito de Trapo, gained the most attention. It was the song that forced Tejano Music Awards to recognize Selena and her unnameable talents. In 1988, Selena both sang at the awards and brought home the award for the Best Female Vocalist of the Year, an award that she won 7 more times. Selena and her father made the decision for her to drop out of school to focus on her music career. At the time, teachers thought it was a bad idea and that she wouldn't amount to anything without any education. Despite all their negativity comments, Selena had been successfully both musical and financially. However, the teen did value education, and at 17 decided to finish her GED at the American School of Corporations in Chicago. She even took it one step further and even enrolled at Pacific Western University for Business Administration. She proved all those who doubted her wrong, and she would keep going so. When Selena was asked to sing at the Tejano Award Show in 1988, she knew it was a huge opportunity for her career. But she never realized just how big an opportunity it was going to be. Somewhere in the crowd sat the heads of major record labels Sony Latin Music and EMI Latin Records. When they heard Selena sing, they saw what Abraham had seen all along, a star. They were blown away by her performance and both reached out with generous offers. This was the break that the family had been looking for, and they weren't going to waste it. When working on her debut, Selena knew that she wanted the world to hear and appreciate her Tejano sounds. Selena recruited the producing and writing skills from her older brother, and the two set to work recording in San Antonio. As their debut album represent everything that she was, they decided to title it Selena Her album immediately reached the charts, but Selena had already been working on her next album. After the success of her debut album, Selena decided to take a risk and step outside of her comfort zone. And boy, did it pay off. In 1990, her second album, Ven Conmigo, featured new evolving sound for the band. They even invited a new member to the band named Chris Perez. He added spice to the band and loved Selena's life. The band's new guitarist was actually a friend of Selena's brother, who was still trying to prove his worth as a guitarist. When Selena and Chris first met, there was an instant chemistry that only got stronger at times. When the pair started working together one-on-one, their connection was unbeatable. As Chris' feelings for Selena grew stronger, so did his guilt. He had a girlfriend waiting for him in San Antonio, so he tried to cut off his feelings for Selena. It was while sharing a meal at Pizza Hut that Chris and Selena couldn't hide it any longer. They decided to be honest about their feelings for one another, instead a secret relationship, one that would bring a whole lot of love and drama along with it. Selena and Chris had feelings for one another that had built up over time. This time had allowed them to see how much her father would disapprove of the relationship. In fact, they knew that he may even try to forbid it. Their feelings for one another were undeniable, so they came up with a plan. It wasn't a very elaborate plan, but it's all they could think of. They decided to keep their loves a secret from everyone, including Selena's mother and siblings. Without anyone interfering in opinions, they too were happy and in love. Sadly, it didn't last long as they had hoped. While trying to build a secret life with Chris, Selena also had a career to focus on. One day, in a vid Selena fan called Yolanda Saldívar reached out to the family. She had the idea to start a fan club in San Antonio. Never having had a request like this before, the family thought it would be a great way to get more exposure. So they agreed to let Yolanda start and run the fan club. The family remained in contact with Yolanda and slowly began to trust her with more projects, if only they knew how toxic a relationship she would become. Selena's career was the best that it had been, and she couldn't see how it could get any better. And just like that, it did. One of the biggest names in Latin music, Alvaro Torres, reached out. He had heard her voice and wanted to record a date together. Selena was blown away and immediately accepted the offer. Together, the two recorded and released the song Buenos Amigos in 1992. It was a massive hit for both artists, and the song that placed Selena in the #1 Billboard Latin chart. That was all it took for the world of Latin radio to open up for Selena, and soon the star was boomerang with more opportunities than ever before. However, while her career flourished, her personal life took a nosedive. If y'all have not heard this song, Buenos Amigos, go ahead and listen to it after this video. Y'all gonna fall in love with it. Up until this point, Selena and Chris had managed to keep their relationship a secret. They had been careful not to show affection in public, but not careful enough. One day, Selena's older sister caught them two sharing an intimate moment. Instead of keeping their secrets for them, she read them out to her father. And do not come in my comments time, but why would she do that? I want to make this clear that this is just my opinion, but because her and Selena were so close, I think she felt hurt. Like, why didn't you tell me that you had some type of feelings for him? If you've seen the documentary, and I hope y'all have not, I did see it, but I didn't see the second one just because the first one pissed me off. So I knew the second one was going to piss me off more than what the first one had done. Yolanda does allegedly says that Chris and Suzette had some type of relationship. Mind you, she was already married. So that's allegedly. I don't believe nothing that comes out of her mouth because obviously she's been lying this whole time. We should all know that. But in this series, if y'all seen the Netflix series, in one of the episodes, she does tell Selena that how she was hurt that she kept that secret from her. So I'm assuming that that's why she told her father that Selena and Chris were seeing each other. Abraham was furious and rejected the way that the couple feared he would. He threw Perez off their tour bus and even forbid the two lovers from seeing one another. But it was going to take more than that to stop them. The next time Abraham caught them getting close, he threatened to dissolve the band and fire Perez. The couple couldn't stand being apart, and Selena knew what she had to do. Despite her father's disapproval, Selena and Chris continued seeing each other in private. But the stakes were high, and Selena knew how she could get her father on board with their relationship. The only problem was that it may break his heart in the process. And on April 2nd of 1992, Selena and Chris eloped. No one knew where they were and tried to find the couple and stop the marriage. There was no stopping the two lovebirds, and the rest of her family quickly realized that. Everyone except her father. Her father was hurt and feared that this love would ruin Selena's career. Over time, he grew to love Perez like a son, and the newlyweds moved into a house next door to Quintanilla's. Unlike her father's predictions, her marriage didn't hurt the career, and it seemed that nothing could. Her father had appreciated that Selena's love and new marriage would distract her and her career would suffer because of it. He couldn't have been more wrong. In fact, the marriage took her career to a completely new level. On her third album, the newlyweds decided to take risks that combined her soulful vocals with her rocker sound, and the audience loved it. Not even a month after the couple eloped, the singer's third album, Entra a mi mundo, shot to the top of the Mexican Billboard charts. Not only did it reach the top, but it stayed there for the rest of the year. Selena was flying high, but something was about to break her down. Selena's third album was by far her most successful, and everyone was talking about it. Selena wanted to be a part of the conversation, so she booked a press conference in Mexico. It was a decision that made every EMI exclusive and member of her family hold their breath. While Selena was able to convincingly sing in Spanish, she could barely hold a conversation using the language. Everyone feared that she was going to eliminate her Spanish-speaking fans. However, once again, Selena proved everyone wrong. The conference did nothing but help her career. When she messed up in Spanish, she laughed at herself. Before leaving, she gave every interviewer a hug that sealed the deal. She had won over the hearts of everyone at the conference. Selena was at the top of her game, but knew that the music industry can be ruthless. So she decided to take advantage of her situation and capitalize on her success. Only a year after releasing her third album, she released a live album titled Life. Along with this album came a free concert that held her in her hometown of Corpus Christi. This album overtook most successful album, Entre a mi mundo, and even brought Selena her first Grammy for Best Mexican American Album. Selena had become more successful than she and anyone could have thought, but she was on a roll, and she was not going to slow down now. But now Selena was the name of everyone's lips and radio station. So when she got an offer to feature in the hit telenovela Dos Amores on Un Camino, she accepted without hesitation. If y'all are Hispanic and y'all see novelas, can y'all let me know if this is true? Because, well, I never watched novela, but I don't remember seeing her there. Well, duh, I didn't watch novelas. But if I did watch novelas because I was in with my mom in the living room or something, and she was always watching it. Not only had acting become one of her newest dreams, but she would be playing an opposite of the legendary Erica Estrada. Selena only appeared in 2 episodes, but that was all it took. Her appearance gave the show record-breaking ratings. She had a blast on to set up, built a connection with the big-time producer Emilio La Rosa. Selena had taken a number of risks throughout her career, but she was just getting started. Every time Selena stepped out into the stage, she looked exquisite. What many fans didn't realize was that she was designing most of her stage outfits herself. She had a passion for designing and decided to turn it into a business. So in 1994, she launched her own clothing line called Selena Extract. Selena wanted to keep her business close to home and decided to sell her clothes exclusive in her two boutique stores in Texas area. As with most things that Selena did, her boutique was a success. The business grew and Selena decided to hire some help. She trusted Yolanda Saldívar and made her the store manager, a decision that changed the course of her life forever. People she couldn't get enough of the start. They even titled her the Queen of Tejano and claimed that she was bigger than Tejano himself. Selena's success was enough to convince the EMI exclusive to let her provide songs for English-speaking audience as well. However, this meant more work for the star, meaning she needed more help. Selena was ecstatic, and with the exclusive decision allowing her to create a crossover album, she didn't want to waste any time and started working on it immediately. To ensure her success, Selena worked with their bigger producer and then her brother, and even collaborated with musicians outside her band. It was a lot of work, but Selena knew that it would be worth it. Selena was busier than she had ever been and decided to ask for help. Yolanda already knew how to run the boutique, so Selena decided to give her more responsibility. She promoted her biggest fan to act as a registered agent. This allowed Yolanda to make business decisions when Selena wasn't around. Unfortunately, Yolanda didn't prove to be such a help as Selena and hoped she would. Over the years, Selena had grown close to Yolanda and trusted her with the success of her boutiques. However, Yolanda had let the promotion get to her head, and Selena started hearing rumors about her management style. By 1995, the boutique had lost a number of customers and employees. Selena viewed Yolanda as a friend and didn't want to believe that she had been... Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Want to believe that she had been firing people simply because she didn't like them. Selena asked her father for advice, and Abraham did some digging. When he looked into the boutique's financial records, he found that over $30,000 was missing from both stores. He shared his finding with both Selena and her sister, and they figured out their next move. Together, the three family members decided to confront Yolanda together. Abraham showed her the evidence that they had gathered and threatened to turn her over to the authorities. Yolanda begged for the second chance, claiming that she would never have done such a thing. Abraham wanted his family to cut her off, but his youngest daughter believed in second chances. And if you've seen the documentary, I think it's in the first episode, she does makes it seem like she was being attacked, and that is not the case. She was not being attacked by Abraham or by Suzette. I think she says that Selena wasn't saying anything. Mind you, Selena is not a confrontation person. If you see her picture, she don't look like that type of person. She sees really a calm person, and like they said, she just believes in people. She doesn't want to believe that her friend would be doing something like that to her. That's how she is. She always had a good heart, and this is where it kind of like breaks my heart, because she just believed in people close to her, and someone like Yolanda took advantage of that. Upon to that point, her boutique had been successful. The success she believed was on account of Yolanda's management. She also worried that any hostility would damage her brand and reputation. So Selena granted Yolanda another chance, an opportunity to prove her innocent, if only she had listened to her father. All of the evidence that Selena had found pointed to the fact that Yolanda was guilty, but Selena was open to seeing the evidence that Yolanda had to prove her innocent. While Selena waited for the proof, Yolanda phoned her in strategic She claimed that she had been violated and that all of the evidence in her car had been stolen. Yolanda begged the star to meet her at a motel room alone. That to me is a whole red flag. Selena agreed but took her husband with her. Though Yolanda handed them a stack of bank records, it didn't take long for them to realize it wasn't the ones they needed. Later that evening, Selena received another phone call from Yolanda. This time she claimed to be bleeding and that she needed help. Being the friend that she was, Selena rushed to her side. See me, I would not be a friend to you. I'm like, oh well, not my problem. Give me my damn papers. That's what I want. And when this whole situation happened, it was tax season. So Selena needed those papers so she could fill out her tax. Yolanda knew it. But Yolanda was clever manipulator. The next morning on March 30 of 1995, Selena fetched Yolanda and took her to the hospital. Once she was there, Yolanda refused to get a gynecology exam or a blank. I'm not going to say it because YouTube will not, but y'all know what I'm saying. It was here that doctors revealed the truth to Selena. Doctors told Selena that there was no indication of Yolanda having experienced any bleeding. She had once again fallen for her friends' lies, and she had enough. When they go back to Yolanda's motel, Selena confronts her once again. She had given her a second chance, and she had blown it. Selena was ready to cut ties, and Yolanda just that. She screamed at Yolanda, saying that she no longer trusted her. As she did, Selena grabbed her bag of bank documents and dumped the contents on the bed. As she did it, she knew this was in trouble. Along with the bank documents, a gun fell off the bag and landed on the bed. Without hesitation, Yolanda grabbed it and pointed at it at the singer. She had dedicated her life to Selena and couldn't bear the thought of never seeing her again. Selena knew that she had no chance of talking to Yolanda down, so she tried to make a run for it. Unfortunately, Yolanda was ready and pulled the trigger, shooting Selena in the back. How could someone go from being obsessed with a person to want them dead? So if you looked at her interviews after she got arrested, she does tell a lot of these interviewers that she pointed the gun at herself because she wanted to kill her, unalive herself. And she said that Selena fell on her knees and begged her and said, "No, don't leave me. I love you, Mom." Mind you, Selena never called her mom or mommy, whatever the hell she said. Never happened. No. And she kept saying that Selena had opened the door, and she said, "Selena, close the door, close the door, close the door." And she kept just pointing the gun, and that's the gun that went off. That was not the case. Mind you, Miss Yolanda over here was a nurse. If she really loved Selena and claimed that Selena was her best friend, she could have saved Selena, but she did not. She ran right when Selena opened the door. Selena was running, and she ran after Selena and called her the B word, but she claimed she did not. But there was people around it at the hotel. They did change the number of the room where that happened, but people could still find it. You just have to look at the picture. Selena's body went into, and I think they changed the name of the hotel too. Selena's body went into survival mode, and she cried on running, screaming for help. As she ran for safety, Selena left a 400-foot trail of blood behind her. When she finally made it to the receptionist, she screamed, "Lock the door. She shot me again." The staff looked at the door and tried to help the star, who collapsed on the floor. I don't know if this is true, but allegedly some of the employees that were there that day could not go back to work. Could not go back to work after what they witnessed and saw. They just couldn't do it. And I completely wouldn't understand that. They tried to stop the bleeding as Selena narrated her final words. As Selena moaned in pain, She managed to define her shooter and the room number. With her final breath, Selena said, "Yolanda, room 158. The motel tried their best to save her, but she had to watch as her life drained from the singer's body. Ambulance rushed to the Selena side and got her to Corpus Christi Memorial Hospital as fast as they could. On arrival, she was declared dead, but the cardiology team stepped in and tried to give her heart going again. They were successful, but her heart rhythm was etiquette, and the trauma team was unable to save her. Selena had lost too much blood, and her body wasn't strong enough to fight her injuries. By 1:05 p.m., the world had lost Selena Quitanilla-Perez, the king of Tejano music, and while the star lay dying on the floor, Yolanda tried to make a run for it. When she was flagged down by authorities, she refused to cooperate. Instead, she threatened to take her own life. 9 hours and several FBI agents later, Yolanda gave up and was taken into custody. The medical examiner of Selena's body faced trauma, pressure, and the immediate aftermath of Selena's tragic passing. Because she was popular and adored, the pressure from the public was huge, with everyone waiting intently to understand what happened to their beloved star. Sadly, the autopsy recovered a boring truth. Her death was almost avoided. It was discovered that the bullet had severed her right subclavian artery, resulting in irreparable harm and a cruel stroke of fate. Medical professionals revealed that had the bullet deviated by just 1 millimeter in another direction, the damage and blood loss would have been significantly less, severing a possibility resulting in her living. On the 26th anniversary of Selena Quitanilla-Perez's passing, her family paid tribute to the Queen of Tejano music, sharing a symbolic scene featuring a glowing purple rose tradition to white. But why the rose? The choice of a rose holds significance, representing Selena's favorite flower and a recruiting dream she had before her tragic death. In the dream, a white rose was thrown at her, but she could never catch it, communicating in bright white light at the end. These recurring dreams were said to have frightened her, Selena greatly. The tribute also highlighted Selena's love for purple and black, her favorite colors, and recall how fans honor her with 60,000 white roses at her funeral in 1995. It wasn't long enough before the news Selena death spread across news channels and radio stations. The world was shocked and fans were heartbroken. Television programs were stopped and radios played her song in repeat. The world mourned the loss of a young star who still has so much to give. Even celebrities like Gloria Estefan and Madonna reached out to her family. Over 3,000 fans attended Selena's vigil, and over 300 came to view in her open casket the next day. Not only did her husband and family wanted Yolanda to pay for what she had done, but so did her fans. Nothing could bring Selena back, but those who loved her determined to get justice for her. On October 23 of 1995, justice was served, and Yolanda was sentenced to life in prison with the potential for parole. Intentionally, Yolanda tried to convince the jury that the shooting was an accident. Selena's father and grief-stricken husband quickly shut the plea down. They did this by presenting the court with evidence of Yolanda's obsession, behavior, and embellishment. The court sided with the Quintanilla family and finally brought them to them a little bit of closure. Before her death, Selena had been working hard on her crossover album titled Dream of You, and in July of 1985, her album was released, an outpour of all her previous work combined. She had hoped for this collection to open up an opportunity for her music to enter the English music scene, and it did just that. Only she wasn't here to reap the rewards. To this day, Dreaming of You tops Billboard best-selling Latin albums and forever changed the landscape of pop. With all the risks that Selena took, she was able to establish the Latin sound in mainstream music and open the doors for other Latina artists. Selena may no longer be with us, but her legacy will live forever. The tragic story of how the world lost Selena was turned into a film called Selena in 1997. The lead role of Selena was in high demand and had 21,000 women audition for it. One of these actresses was the now well-known Jennifer Lopez. Produced cast J-Lo as the lead and she quickly won over the hearts of audience in true Selena fashion. Since then, Jennifer Lopez has gone on to act in many successful films and release a number of successful songs. Despite being talented in what she does, she and many other Latin stars know that Selena helped to pave the way. Another star gone too soon is none other than Anna Nicole Smith, but next find the truth behind her many scandals and immediately led to her demise. Oh. Hold on. Hold on, guys, because I don't want to have to. Okay, so that was the story of Selena Quintanilla-Perez. This is one of the most heartbreaking stories that I have that I have done in my channel. Not in that way, but like I grew up listening to her. I am her biggest fan. I love the color purple like she does. She was just an amazing person. And I really, to be honest, when this documentary came about, maybe just maybe a little part of me was hoping that finally Yolanda would sit there and take full responsibility to what she did to Selena. But no, she didn't. She lied over and over and over again. I do kind of want to talk about that documentary, but I have to find an article that just talks about it and breaks it down. And I have been having a hard time doing that. So, with that being said, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you leave anything on the description, if did you ever went to one of her concerts? I never did. I wish I did. But I went to go see the movie and I cried. I actually had the movie on VCR. If you know, you know. Watched it almost every single day. I actually have a Selena cup that someone did for me. I had another one. It was a purple one, but I cannot lie for the love of me. Cannot find where that cup went. But I love Selena. She just, my dream it is to go see her boutique and go visit her grave. Which reminds me, I don't know if y'all seen this. I need to look it up to see if they found what happened. But her grave was broken into. I'm saying this allegedly because I don't want to get my butt sued. But I think that whoever did this to her grave had to be somebody that was connected to Yolanda. Because it happened, like, the documentary probably still on, it was on oxygen. So it's probably been playing over and over again. So I would not be surprised whoever did something to her grave had been connected to Yolanda or believed Yolanda manipulated and believed her story and they went to do something to her grave. I've not seen anything come out of it. I know her family is trying to figure it out. I don't No, but I do hear that there is some cemeteries that do have cameras, like hitting in the trees or something, just in case something happens. Because back then, in the old days, and probably now, people do tend to steal bodies. I don't know what you're gonna do with them, but okay. But yes, guys, I really do hope y'all like this video. Please subscribe to my channel, hit that bell so you can be notified every time I upload. Also, go ahead and watch my other channels of the missing children that I have talked about this channel. I will try my best to find an article that talks about the documentary, and to break it down for y'all. This means so much to me. I'm really trying to grow my channel, and stuff like that. So y'all have a great day. Enjoy it. And if y'all gonna watch the eclipse, make sure y'all wear glasses.